struck apropos the sermon that Randall Shea himself was called to accompany the refugees from Guatemala back to Guatemala and help them set up that school. And he's done that for 20 or 30 years, and that's really, really, really something. Greetings, dear friends at St. John's Anglican. My wife Juana and I send you our best wishes and many blessings. We understand you will be having a Muffin Sunday event, and that part or all of the proceeds will be used to support our educational mission in Santa Maria Tzejá, Guatemala. We thank you very much for keeping us in your hearts, minds, and prayers, even as we are separated by several thousand kilometers. A short excerpt about the school. Our grades 7 through 9 middle school has 86 students this year, up from the 66 we had last year. We received a donation from a church in the United States, which enabled our school to reduce tuition charges, so more families are now able to afford sending their children to school. We have classes in self-esteem and communication skills, teenage pregnancy, gender, and sexuality. I am currently teaching English in grades 7, 8, and 9, 3 classes per week per grade, up from the 2 classes last year. It seems that the Guatemala Ministry of Education considers English for speakers of other languages to be important. If I could only convince my students of the same. I also spend a good amount of my time as an advisor to our village computer center. Finally, I'd like to give you a brief update regarding our village library. St. John's Anglican contributed funds in 2010 to assist in the construction of the facility. I interviewed the village librarian, Maria Elena Tojan, this week, and I'd like to share some of her thoughts. This is a construction of an actual village library. That's where our funds went to. Maria explains that the library is used mainly by primary and middle school students when they are not in class, and mainly to do homework. They come in to do math homework, and there are only 2 math textbooks in the library to do their research with. She has no materials, no markers, erasers, or sheets of paper, nothing. Primary school children come to read children's stories. The youngest ones come to color, but there are no unused coloring books. If she had an unused coloring book, she says she could copy them for the students. This is an example of the scarcity with which she deals. The primary benefit, she says, of young people receiving through their reading is that they learn how to write and express themselves. There are also books about what happened in the war in the library, and this is important for many people to understand exactly what happened while they were away. It is striking to read a book where you actually hear stories and learn of events that are real, and in that sense, she says, it keeps them away from television and smartphones. Thank you very much for supporting our community, the librarian says. I want you to know that it is being used. There are conditions to manage the library well, so that any aid you give us is not in vain, so that there is a positive response to your aid. We hope you will continue to support us in the ways you can. So Randall ends the letter by saying, I hope you enjoyed my brief report. My intention is to use a significant part of any funds that are raised through Muffin Sunday to purchase books and needed supplies for the library. Thank you again for your kind and generous support over many years now. With many blessings, Randall Shea and his wife, Juana Perez.